So, unfortunately, we lost some footage, and it was all about making these half doors, cutting the wire, frame, welding it together, and making it the way I like, or the way I wanted, the design, and then covering them, and sewing it up, and putting the vinyl on it. So, sorry about that. We're just going to talk through some of it. I made these hinges for the half doors, and I just drilled a hole there and made a little pin, a place we can put pins so they can't fly off, obviously. And we'll put those on, we'll hang them, and maybe talk you through some of the stuff we did. So let's go attach these to the half doors, and we'll slide them back on. Alright, had to paint these blue just cuz, and I had to use my little hangers, and I just painted them. And sorry about the audio. It's freezing outside and rainy, and there's the old cheapy diesel heater that I installed in the garage, and it's working like a champ. It's nice and cozy in here. I'll put a link to the video of me installing that. It's just using the cheapest stuff I could find, and that went very nice. Puts out some good heat. So I had the wife sew these up for me, and just, I made that frame, welded it up, and I just had her sew it like a pillowcase, I guess. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, but I got it inside and outside. The material was cheap, so I just got to find the holes where I welded those on, and we'll put these hinges on. Quick release. Use that thing there, and then it won't continue to rip. Same applies for doing carpet, when you got to get the little hole in for the seatbelt or whatever. Use a soldering iron. And I didn't account for material being on this side, because I'm not the smartest thing, so hopefully this works. Should have ground that to a little point. It's all good. And I should have made the hole a little bigger with the soldering iron, but I didn't want to go all the way through and melt the other side. So, just being careful. Tighten that up a little bit, and then we'll go hang it. That brings me to a quick tip from the Drunkles. A Drunkle tip. My wife throws these away every once in a while, so I wait till there's a couple and I grab the pile. Then just take the hanger, pull this part out. That's easy. Save the clips. Use those too. And then this one, just break it out. You want to use pliers, and you want to wear your glasses on this. This stuff will pop out and go everywhere. So wear your safety glasses and break it away from you, towards your buddy, not your body. Okay. Well, there you go. Then you take a couple of these, and there's a little flat spot there. Then you can just cut that right off if you want. I like to continue the flat spot, give me more places to weld. So just pound it flat. Voila. Then just weld them together. I use this little spot welder from Harbor Freight. Booyah. Put a couple in there. There you go. Then hang it on the rack with the others. It's great for if you need to just hang something to paint it or dip it or clean it, and it's free. And just because you never throw anything away, why not? It's got nice soft jaws on it. That might come in handy. Same routine here for the handle. Turn the hinges around, it was better the other way. So I'll put the hinges back the way they were, and I'll put a little blue Loctite on them. Remember, this is just for looks, you know? We're just making it look cool. It's not going to get through the Rubicon because I painted the hinges blue. But it's going to look cool, and at this point, that's all we care about, is looking cool. But trust me, next phase, we're getting this through the Rubicon. It's going to be a blast. It's looking good. Put the handle on that one. And we got us some half doors. Perfect. So here's one of the parts. Land Cruisers. And this is the one I'm going to put my homemade brackets on so I can hang the doors on here. Maybe keep it dry. Like that. And then the way the square in there, that's going to hold a lot of grease. So that'll be nice. I'll put those on there. Man, that is a pain. Because you can't get your hand out of the way. And this has no dash, no roll bar. And the nut plate inside the cage can move around so much it can drop to the bottom and totally be away from the holes. So I had to take this pick, hold it up, line it up, put a piece of tape on the backside to hold it up, stab the screwdriver in there, then get one bolt started, then pull the bolt back out and put the hinge in. It's a pain. I think what I'm going to do is take these and just grind a point on them, so maybe it'll do a little both. Let you know how that works. I don't know if you can see it. I think 2 bolts is enough. Okay, let's try that. See if it'll guide it right in there. Help lift that bolt plate up a bit. And you just need 2, one in the top, one in the bottom. And if you're going to put 4 bolts, the other 2 will be lined up. Little anti-seize, of course, for better traction. So good news and bad news. This one didn't need it. The cage is lined up perfectly, but it's like rusting right where it is. So I think maybe I'll line this up. Just put a rod in there. Maybe I'll line this one up with that one because it seems to be in the right spot. Yeah, let's try it. I'll just save those for the other side. Okay, I sprayed a little blaster in behind here, and now it moves. Can't tell if you can see because I can't get my head in there. I'm hoping you can see that. So I just kind of line that rod up with the body line and hang a door on it. We'll see. And yes, shaving down the point like that helped tremendously. It just guides that plate right in there. And then just put the other 2 in. And these are labeled. I don't know if you can see it, but there's upper right, lower right. Again with the anti-seize. It's like that hot sauce. I put that shit on everything. There's a little bit of play here for adjustment, so I'll leave that kind of loose for now. That'll work. I had to adjust these all the way back, and the body hinges all the way out. But well, it worked just fine. Nice place to store the doors now. And there's the driver's side. So I know this is part of the good and cheap series, but I did splurge for interior. I got this whole interior package on sale for $600 from, if I can't say their name, I'll edit it out, but Cruiser Core. And I'm not going to bore you with the install. You just unscrew these, flap that over, and screw it back in. It's pretty simple. But for the $600, I get the all 4 seats. Even the Safari seats. And these were never installed because of the roll cage. It's 2.5 inch aftermarket roll cage. So I just found a couple of 2.5 inch pipes and screwed it in for now, just so I can get by, you know, have the seats for hot August nights so we can cruise with the top off. And for the passenger side, since my wife is always cold, I got heating pads that I put under these covers, and I just ran a hole out for the bottom and the back, and that's what they are. I just cut them off here, so it comes with that. I'll just run some wire up to here, probably through these controllers anyway, just for safety. And there is the part number. I think they were about 20 bucks a piece. So heated seats for 40, 50 bucks. Why not? That's luxury. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's nice. Interior looks good. And that just lights it all up. Pretty nice. I like it. I got that bikini top on. That's pretty simple. No need to film that. Now I'm going to put this on here. I took the screws out of the back seat, and I'll replace it here. This is just an old fanny pack, but there's just nowhere to put anything, and I realized I need sunblock. So that'll just sit back there like that. There you go. Wife's old fanny pack looks good. Now I can keep my stuff in it. Voila. There's also, as you know, not a lot of room and no cup holders, so when I'm by myself, there you go. Little arm pad, cup holder, voila.